What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are driving an Acura Integra Type R. It's 1998, the same one we drove last year. So now we're gonna get some more impressions a year later and kind of talk about poster cars and honestly just get some really good driving footage of this thing. Oh, look at that. If you want to see a full review on this car, go ahead and click the link in the description. Maybe I'll put it up here, whatever. I'll do some movie magic. Go ahead and watch the full review, and then you can come back and watch this. Or you can just stay here and watch, because we are going to have a ton of fun. So, let's go ahead and hop on the road. Oh, man, this thing is awesome. Wow, I love this car, man. The Acura Integra Type R, it's such a cool car. There's nothing quite like it. Since we're here, we'll talk about everything again. Initial impressions over these bumps. Obviously it's a little stiff. That's how this car is. That's the nature of it. Shifter is very direct. All the pedal controls are direct. Gas pedal, brake pedal, clutch, all light, but they feel great. And that about covers it. Steering is very responsive, although it is a little bit light and it has some dead on center, which is very common for 90s cars, even though this is sort of like the homologation special. It's so easy to drive. Brakes are plenty for this car. This is the third time I've had the pleasure of driving this exact car, and this is the only Integra Type R I've ever driven. Probably the only one I'm going to drive for quite a long time. The first time I drove it, my camera crapped out. I had camera issues, and none of the footage saved, unfortunately. Fortunately, though, Brent was kind enough to throw me the keys again and come onto the channel and talk about the car. This is the car that has the Bring Trailer crash story. The car had sold on Bring Trailer, and then the night before, the guy went to go pick it up. It got crashed, unfortunately, which is sort of a lesson to everybody. Once you sell a car, it's not yours anymore. You probably shouldn't drive it. Although I get it. I've sold cars before, and you always do that. You take it out one last time to get to enjoy it, but no, it's unfortunate. What that means, though, for this car is that Brent, the owner, got it at a bit of a discount. This is a driver's quality example, which is the way to have it, because this is a car you want to drive. Back to driving it 3 times. This is the third time I've driven it, and I now feel much more confident in this than I was the first 2 times. The first 2 times, I was so nervous, and not really because the car is hard to drive. It was just, it's such a poster car, and I'm like, I felt so grateful to have the opportunity to drive this. I was like, what did I do to deserve this? But really all I did was, now I asked. Brent has a huge Honda collection. He loves to share them with everybody. And it really goes to show that these cars are meant to be driven. They're meant to be enjoyed. Hondas are for everybody. And it's not super fast. There's nothing particularly amazing about this car. It just is a good car. It's Halo car status in sort of the same way that an E30 M3 is a Halo car. It doesn't do anything particularly well. It just does car well. I love that 3.4. Oh man, you get up into Vtec and these things just sing. V18 is such a great engine. There's a fair amount of torque steer with these. It does have a limited slip differential, but there's only so much you can do about front-wheel drive cars with lots of horsepower. It even has enough power when you're out of Vtec to sort of enjoy it. You don't have to use the Vtec or send this car 10/10ths to get everything. Now, in classic Honda fashion, if you do, that's really where money is. All that juicy power is, and it rewards you for wringing it out. But it's plenty of fun when you just want to use fourth and ride the wave of torque. It's funny how much less refined this is over the NSX. So I just got out of the Acura NSX, which is the other 90s Honda great. And I have to say, I do miss the torque of the NSX. I initially thought when I drove this car a year ago, how could it get better than this? The NSX is that for me. I like a little bit of refinement in a car. I mean, I own a BMW M3. Now a Z36, say what you want about it being old and this and that, but a BMW inherently is going to be more refined than a Honda or Volkswagen, Toyota, that sort of thing. It's a more expensive car. That's what you would expect. Similar vein to the NSX, it's more refined. That was the supercar. They were going after Ferrari. It was sort of a fast, also luxury car. Whereas this was the homologation go fast machine. You got me fifth. There we go. Thank you. So funny. So I tried shifting a little lower there, and even if you shift by 1,000 RPM down, if you decide to shift to 8 instead of going to 9, you don't lay it all through, you drop out of the Vtec, especially from second to third. The car punishes you for not driving at 10/10ths. This is the car to drive 10/10ths. It's not a leisurely experience, which is what the NSX gives you on the flip side. The Acura NSX is let me just leave it in fourth gear and take it around, or use third. It has such long gearing. But this short gearing, it's telling you to go, 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 more reps, more reps, more reps. Same thing there, 3 to 4. Didn't rev it out all the way to 9,000 and it dropped out of the Vtec. The Vtec kickover, I think, is at like 6,000, or maybe it's just over 6. That's so funny. I love how good the steering feel is on this thing. You know, not to say there isn't body roll, because there is, but it's so predictable. I'd actually love to see this car from the outside on like a slalom test. The Vtec is so emotional. The whole car is emotional. It's like a beast. It feels alive. Now, the big question is, are these worth the money that they command? And that's really a toughie, because these have gotten so expensive. For $100,000, it's tough to say. And actually, after driving the NSX, I sort of think I prefer the NSX as a whole package. On track, I do think I would prefer this. This is more nimble, more rev happy, kind of throw it around. But as a road car, I think the NSX is a little bit of a better package. ride the wave of torque here in third gear. Getting a little tire noise there at the end. So that was one thing the owner had mentioned, is he said that the tires he has in this car give out before the chassis does, and I do have to agree. Although these are still good tires, the chassis is just so good. It's so good. This was a little bonus. Like I said, we drove this car last year and I had great things to say about it then too. But subscribe if you're new, like the video, check out the Great Lakes Vintage Honda page, link in the description, and check out the Topher's review on this car as well. Take care, we'll see you in the next one.